Hello, everyone. How is it going? Yeah. Happy Saturday. I hope you are all having a wonderful weekend and a wonderful long weekend because it's Labor Day weekend. I don't work Monday, and I'm happy about that. So I hope... Hey, Alex, how's it going? Let me know if you can hear me and that my mic is okay. Hey, Ronka. Glad to see ya. First, yes, hello, Matthew.
Hello, Matthew.
What did you TV4K? Did you do a fusion of
yes, it's stupid. I'm gonna improve it, but I love it.
It is. I mean, you didn't have to put much effort into it. What does hard stop mean? I have to stop at 6. I have someone coming over that is in town for MatsuruCon, and I have not seen in a hot minute. So, and this is like the only time I'm going to be able to see them for a while. Pretty much people that are from Ohio that are regulars on this stream are not here because they're at MatsuruCon enjoying themselves. So Ryan, Jen, Nikki, Ashley, they're all at MatsuruCon having a good time. But I am at home. I have been very, very, very busy today. I have been running around, doing chores, working on the video, getting this ready. What time is it where I live? I'm on the East Coast, so it's 4:05.
And I'm on Central, so it's 3:05 for me.
Yeah.
It's 3:05.
This was just kind of the time that worked for the most time zones. Because I used to do these at 7. Can you Yokai Watch? Oh, someday. Yokai Watch is in like the top 5 most requested, if I'm being honest. So it is one I kind of want to save for like a special occasion. I want to have it be like nutso. You know what I mean? We're gonna go crazy with it because like I went crazy with the Kinnikuman video. It's been really, really fun. I'll have stuff to talk about. I'm giving people a sec to get in here so we can chat for a bit. And enjoy the long weekend, because Monday is pretty much just going to be me working on the Kinnikuman video and getting ready for Colossal East. But yeah, it was... What time did I get up today? Like 7 or 8. Usually I'm up at 6 so I can get ready for work.
5.
Hey, Blue Baron, how's it going?
Hi, Blue Baron.
Welcome, Blue Baron. Welcome.
Willy Fogg, I mean, I can look into it. It's just I can only do so many projects at a time.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, I'd love to have the teams some of these channels have, but I just don't have those resources. Like Death Battle just did Hulk versus Godzilla, and they got like every single researcher they have to work on it, and they said they had 1,000 pages worth of notes on across both characters, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! And they compressed that into a 30-minute video. I was just blown away.
Impressive.
Because they did a soft composite for Godzilla because they included Ultima, which is like the singular point from which all other Godzillas exist. And that was basically the only one that mattered in the debate. Yeah, chores and errands are the worst to do. I had to clean the house. I had to run to the store. I ran to the store yesterday as well. What the hell else did I do? Yeah, just do a bunch of stuff. But I do have notes on like a ton of different things on the back end, because I have one I'm working on again, off again, just when I have the downtime, which is rare, but that is like the biggest passion project I've ever done, but it's not going to be for another few years. Going to see the Miku movie tomorrow. Ooh, speaking of Godzilla. Because Godzilla had that crossover with Miku in the mech.
Oh.
Because Death Battle brought that up, and I'm like, what? So, anyways, I think this is about as many people as we're gonna get. So, let's get rolling. So, updates on Kinnikuman. Major recordings are done. Any new recordings will be one-offs, like, oh, I could have done this. I could have performed this better, I could phrase this better, etc. It's not going to be like I'm going to sit there for 3 hours, have my throat go dry for recording a video, you know? Oh, nice. Yeah, have fun. So I still plan to have this out come September. It may be just past the end of summer, but you'll have to forgive me because you're not going to believe how long this is. I've told people on my server, but y'all, this video is going to be 3 hours long at most.
English version
I
files.
I know
game.
Rebel Taxi just uploaded his video about Kinnikuman today. I am not watching it until mine is done. I don't want to be subconsciously influenced by it. I'm sure it's amazing. I love Rebel Taxi, but it is pure coincidence because I've been working on this since May. This is literally all summer long I've been working on this video. Just digging into everything I can and just perfecting it and doing all the crap for it. And I'm just I'm a one-person team when it comes to development of the video, but like in terms of research, I had help, thank God. Shout out to Blue Baron, who is one of the people who helped. Go sub to Blue Baron. He's in the chat. Click his name. Click subscribe. Watch his content. I'm sorry if I'm embarrassing you, Blue Baron, but I really do appreciate all the wisdom that you have about all this 4Kids stuff. This was a really fun video to put together. It's still going to be a few weeks, but I will get this done as soon as I can. I promise you I'm not stalling. It is just a massive project, bigger than Parappa. Like, that says a lot. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying Neptunia Game Maker. I have not played a Nep game in a little bit. I was on 7R.
Ultimate Cinema!
Yes, true. So, what are you laughing at? Nice.
Poor dead poster.
Nice. So yeah, 3 hours long. It's a freaking movie, you guys. But Anyways, now we had a little change of plans. If you saw the community tab, I was going to do Project Red. I have to put that on hold because in case you missed it, this was all over social media. It still is. Mike McFarland has a type of brain cancer that is extremely aggressive. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but the survival rates of it are very, very slim. So they're raising a ton more money for him to have a specialist, take care of him. Mike McFarland isn't that old, and he's a legend in anime dubbing. If you don't know who he is by his name and face, he's Master Roshi in Dragon Ball. He's Buggy in One Piece, as well as Helmeppo. He's Gene Havoc in Full Metal Alchemist. He's Gene in Attack on Titan. He's done so much. Yeah, Jean. Sorry, I don't know Attack on Titan. I've watched the first season a long time ago. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. So I wanted to do something. He is my favorite ADR director of all time for anime. So I want to do something to shout him out, shout out his GoFundMe. So the episode after Kinnikuman will be, it's Project Mike is what I'm calling it. It was very hard to pick one thing to talk about. But after a very difficult selection process, I have finalized my decision. I'm not going to announce it. It'll be at the end of the Kinnikuman video. So stay tuned. The first 28 days of ad rev on that video will go to Mike's GoFundMe. I'm hoping to talk to people that were on the project and get, a retrospective and details behind the project, but we'll save those details for when Kinnikuman is done. But this, I literally just started this project, so hoping to have it out by November-ish. But yeah, Mike is amazing. As for Project Bill, it's still on the board. I still want to do it. It's not Gravity Falls. I just wanted to use a picture of Bill Cipher. It'll be December or February, depending on how long it does to do Project Mike. January, for those who don't know, is a really, really bad month for ad rev. Ask any YouTuber, and they'll say uploading in January is the worst. So what's funny is nobody has guessed what Project Bill is yet. I'm laughing every time I see a guess because it is just such a weird thing. And I named it Project Bill for such a stupid reason. Hey, TBP, how's it going? Yeah, but because I had to
made some guesses to it.
Yeah, and they're good guesses. I do like those guesses, but because I had to delay Project Red, I did reveal 2 letters of Project Bill, which by sheer coincidence also has H and K. So just pure coincidence. So that's what's on the immediate horizon in the coming months. So after, other than all that, I just went to Otakon in Washington, D.C. Otakon was fun. I was there for the Animego and Discotheque panels, and I was probably screaming the loudest at the Shin-chan announcement that they're releasing the Shin-chan Funimation dub on Blu-ray, with disc 1 being yellow and disc 2 being brown. It was a great panel. Like, the room was so full, the fire marshal came in and was kicking people out for going over room capacity. I was lucky because I was there for the Animego panel and they did not do a room clear. The Animego panel didn't have that many people in it comparatively, so they're just like, yeah, if you want to stay for the Discotheque panel, feel free. So I had Kate came in, we sat down. The first announcement was Shin-chan, which nobody saw coming. I'm also hyped for Golden Boy, Mega Man. When they said sing along if you know the lyrics, it's a really simple song, I'm like, it's Mega Man, isn't it? And it was Mega Man. And they're like, pulling out all the stops. It's the Ruby Spears cartoon with some great stuff in it. I'm like, oh my god, this is a day one purchase. I told my coworker, who is about my age and is also really into Mega Man. They knew they were almost dubbed Paul's Miraculous Adventure. Hey, L Alien.
I was on my way to see Turtles the night they were doing the discotheque stream.
I was like, who's Paul? Hi, I'm Paul. Also, the second set of Digimon movies, and also I know this was let slip a while ago by Richard Epcar, the new dub of Castle of Cagliostro. I was with Kate. Kate didn't get the memo on that. So when I saw Castle of Cagliostro show up on screen, I'm like, oh, this is the new dub. And I'm like, hell yeah.
There's also another title.
So that's what I'm really excited for. I think this was the best discotheque day ever. But I might be a little biased because that room was full of hype. I know everyone was screaming about Monster. I'm going to be honest, I never heard of it before, but apparently it was in like licensing hell. And it seemed like an impossible grab, so, you know.
How was the hype for Darkstalker?
It was already announced, so it was pretty hype. There was one person hyped for like a certain thing. And it was like the one person in the audience who was losing his mind over it. I can't remember what it is. Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say they don't hate it, but I will say at least they're letting it be re-released. We stand media preservation because those DVDs are expensive. So, but that's not all that happened. I just wanted to get that out of the way because I knew people are going to ask me about it. So, other highlights at Otakon, I met Joey of the John Chairs fame. He was awesome. We hung out a bit. He was at a booth and we were hanging out. At one point, we ran into a vendor from Ohio that I didn't know was going to be there. She was on her way to the bathroom. I'm like, wait, Shazami? And she's like, oh, you're here. I'm like, I think she said, I didn't know you were going to be here. And I'm like, I didn't know you were going to be here. And then I never saw her for the rest of the weekend. Hey, Donnie, how's it going? But yeah, meeting Joey was fantastic. I also met one of my viewers, Poe, went to my Danganronpa panel, and the other day he became a patron on Patreon. He could not make it to this call because he is at work. So, and then I only 4 domestic voice actors were at the con. Everyone else was Japanese, and the slots to meet them filled up immediately. Like, I really wanted to meet Nobutoshi Kanna, but it was gone in seconds. It was like faster than the Kalahari room selling out at Colossal Prime. That's how fast it was. I did get to go to his Q&A though. I do want to upload as a short him shouting Griffith because someone asked him to do that at the panel. And like he took a deep breath, drank some water, and shouted Griffith with all his heart. You met Laura Bailey and Johnny Young Bosch at GalaxyCon San Jose. Nice. I have never met Laura Bailey. I met Johnny Young Bosch a decade ago, and he was awesome. And then the one domestic voice actor I got to meet was Christina Kelly. I'm not joking. I was busy like all day Saturday. I had stuff to go to. I had panels to run. It was nonstop. And I met Christina Kelly. I told her about my channel. I told her about the Umaru videos. Gave her my business card, and I got 2 autographs. I got one Sylphianford print, and I got a what is her name? Ulti print from One Piece for Ryan. I've yet to see Ryan to give that to him, but I'm like, hey Ryan, I got you a present, and I sent him the picture of the print. Yeah, she was lovely. So, anyone who's here from Otakon, welcome. I do these streams once a month.
Back order.
Now, next weekend, I will be at ColossalCon East in Pennsylvania. I will not be there until Thursday night. Just that's how the time off worked for me and Firearm. So I have 2 panels that weekend. If you want to come see me, I have a panel on Saturday at 7 p.m. in Events 5, Danganronpa for Dummies. Sorry, it's 18 plus. I know there's a lot of people who are under 18 that love Danganronpa that want to go to this panel, but the games are rated out, so I can't make that happen. Because I show off Murder, Trigun manga and DVD. Nice. Laura signed my Soul Eater Blu-ray and manga. That is awesome. I'm looking forward. Speaking of Soul Eater, I'm looking forward to the next episode of Death Battle. They're finally doing for episode 200 Ruby versus Maka.
They are?
Yeah, because that was one Monty Ohm said he wanted to collab on before he passed, of course. He didn't say that beyond the grave, but
I probably should have watched the episode. Not gonna lie.
yeah, it's not out yet. It's coming out in a couple weeks.
No, I meant the recent one.
Oh, Hulkzilla. Check it out.
Yes.
It was good. I was impressed that they managed to condense all of that info about 2 characters that are as old as they are and as complex as they are as far as their power set. Turtles week so ago, went to the movies. Yeah, John was telling me about that. So Puppeteer and voice of Splinter. That's awesome.
Yeah, Kevin Clash.
And then I have my Earthbound / Mother panel on Sunday in Events 3. It's in the morning. And then pretty much after that, I think I'm heading home. But if you want to come see me, come to these panels. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff. It's going to be a great time.
Richard Epcar did not voice Lupin, not that I know of.
No, that's Tony Oliver.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few voices of Lupin, but I don't think Richard was one of them.
Richard Epcar did do Zenigata.
Yeah, he's
the funny dubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the funny dub.
Oh, Carrie Savage. I did get to meet Carrie one time.
Bad of a choice? Well, it's still just Jigen coming out of Zenigata.
Yeah.
No matter how you shake it.
So,
actually, hold on.
Those are my panels. Here's my cosplay lineup. I'm going to be Chie on Friday. I'm going to the Persona shoot. I'm going to be Red Blood Cell on Saturday and carrying my giant oxygen box. And Sunday, I'm going to be Magical Senpai. I have a secret 4th cosplay I am wearing Friday. I'm not going to say what it is. It was extremely last minute. But if you catch me on Friday around... I don't know when I'm going to change, but for the first time, I think, ever, I'm switching cosplays. No, second time ever, because Colossal Con Prime 2015. There were 2 Full Metal Alchemist shoots one of the days, so in the afternoon one, I was Hughes, and the evening one, I was Young Hohenheim, aka Slave 23. But other than that, I've never switched during the day. I applaud anyone who's able to do that, because I'm like, I don't know how you do it. But anyways, that's what I'm wearing this weekend, or this, next weekend. But so if you see me, say hi. So recent streams, I did Con Story Roulette a couple weeks ago from scenic my brother's house because I was watching his dog and cat and yelling at them to stop doing things. Like the dog was getting into the cat food and the cat was jumping all over the place, and I was spooking the cat because I was laughing so hard. I'm sure my brother is not nearly as loud as I am, so well, otherwise I've been so busy with the Kinnikuman stuff that I haven't really streamed.
Quick question, are you sure you weren't in an actual episode of Cat Dog for a moment?
I'm sure, because I didn't hear any iconic voice actors, just a couple animals that are just fascinated by lights on the wall and cars being outside. So
I know that feeling about the lights.
Upcoming streams. Next open mic stream will be whatever week Kinnikuman comes out. My English version files episode of Kinnikuman. Just we can talk about the episode and so on and so forth, but stay tuned. I will have the release date as soon as I can get an estimate on it. So upcoming conventions, as I said, Colossal East side of Pennsylvania. I have to cancel my appearance at the Cleveland Gaming Classic. I had some unexpected medical expenses, and there's like I cannot go to this convention. I have to put that money towards what I had to pay for, because insurance is fun. But next con after that, I will have no more cons for the year after Colossal East, but I will have one next year. Stay tuned. I will announce that, because there's still some details I have to finalize. And now for everyone's favorite.
All right, let's do
opinions about these topics, and all of these except for one were pulled from recent suggestions. English vs. Files of Outlaw Star would be fun. I used to watch that shit on TV back in the day.
I've heard about it, but I haven't.
It's from what I remember, it was really good.
I've never heard of it too.
Right.
Stream during Halloween, probably. You know what? We can stream during Halloween. Why not? Let's do a Halloween stream.
Hell yeah.
I forgot to mention this in upcoming streams. I want to do a Smash 4 stream in October again. I want to get capture equipment for my new 2DS XL soon, but I have to ship it off to God knows where. I don't know when it's coming back. So I want to do both 3DS and Wii U, because we had a freaking blast playing that on stream last year. Like, if you guys missed it, there are some clips on YouTube or on Twitch. The Hot Springs episode, right?
Topic.
Yesterday was Erica Harlicker. I reposted my photo of me and her at Liverpool Comic Con. Nice. I've met her before. I met her a couple times. We can make it. Halloween related things in the chat. Yeah, I'll figure out what I'm going to stream on Halloween and what we'll do. Because I don't want to stream on Halloween like the day, because I have trick-or-treaters coming through. And I'll have a bunch of candy to give out, so... But... Oh, yesterday was her birthday. Okay. But anyways... These are ideas, not confirmations. I took the first three from recent suggestions. So the first one, I don't remember who suggested it, but it's been suggested a few times. Time Bocon.
Bash probably.
It wasn't Bash. It was Nintendo and a couple other people over the past few years. But someone recently recommended it, and I'm like, yeah, I could talk about Tatsunoko versus Capcom again. Because Toronjo and her goons were in that game.
For what?
God, that's right. I can't say goon anymore.
Right.
Because it means something else now. What if Saban dubbed Time Bocon? So, what do you guys think of if I covered this episode? I want to play Tatsunoko versus Capcom again.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Sounds like peak.
Put tissues over Tootsie Pops and drew faces on them.
I have zero knowledge of Time Bocon.
My knowledge is pretty much... I know there was a compilation movie in English, but also, Tatsunoko versus Capcom. And that's about it. That's about the extent of my knowledge. But guess what? I've done episodes where I went in no knowledge at all, except for like some bare minimum stuff, and I leave with knowledge of everything. Like Anpanman. I didn't know shit about Anpanman until I did that video. So.
All right.
I mean, it seems to be like, some interest. Now, Bash recommended this in light of the upcoming Blu-ray release. Sasuke, the 1968 anime.
The Animego panel.
Yeah, I was at the Animego panel when they announced this, because they said whatever dub they got didn't have any dubbing on the last episode of, so they hired someone to do it. And they said the problem is it's so much better than the dub that it kind of overshadows it.
Apparently, that's not the only dub that exists either. There was another one that only covered 2 episodes, I found out.
That is so wild.
Looking at it looking on Blue Sky.
Yeah, no relation to Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto. This is a different Sasuke that came way before it.
One from 1968.
Yeah.
There we go. Media OCD. There you go, chat.
Learned about Anpanman from YouTube video talking about bizarre kids shows. There were a lot of people that wanted me to talk about Anpanman, so I'm like, here, let's raise money for charity for it. And I raised a lot of money for charity. Yeah, that was a fun one. So, how do people feel about Sasuke? Are there any diehard Sasuke the 1968 Ninja fans?
Never really heard of it until the panel.
Actually, same. But I like this as an idea because it is so obscure. And where'd the music go? Oh, it's just a really quiet song. Okay.
Obscure.
There's no music. Oh.
It's on the screen.
Welcome.
Hey,
right?
Xavier, what is up, my dude?
Hey, Xavier.
Welcome.
I see you referencing the Naruto German opening in the chat. I see you. Now, this next one was recommended by TV4Gade, and I know it's getting a re-release on Blu-ray. It's one of the most beloved dubs of all time. Golden Boy.
Oh yeah, that
did,
would be
right.
I thought, I thought we weren't gonna do ecchi stuff.
I will have to be careful with it. I will have to be very careful with it, but the dub is really good.
You get to show one still from the show, and that's it.
I have to censor. I'll have to censor the crap out of it, but I'm just throwing it out there. I just know adult stuff generally doesn't do well, but I think Golden Boy might be an exception because Doug Smith was so good. He's the lead character.
Only freaking acting
Like, let me pull up the clip. Let me pull up the clip.
It'd be fun.
There's one clip. There's one clip that there was no way this clip could be done by any other actor any better. Let me pull it up and I'll play it on my mic.
All right.
Oh, shit!
It's such a good read. It's the best line in the dub. Just the authenticity of the shit.
Doug should have done more voice acting.
Charlie Brown in his college years.
I watched this back in college. My friend who normally doesn't really recommend dubs insisted we watch the dub. I did not regret it. So, yeah.
I guess that's just how good Doug Smith is.
Yeah, this dub aged like wine. It's so good. Like, it is extremely inappropriate. Like, okay, not the most inappropriate thing I could cover, but it is not for kids. But man, I want to talk about this dub. Cutie Honey. Cutie Honey's been requested a few times. Yeah.
That's on Blu-ray.
Gona Guy stuff would be fun. But yeah, Golden Boy would be a freaking
Gona Guy World is also on Blu-ray.
Golden Boy would be quite a big risk for this channel.
Golden Boy!
Oh my god, yeah, Golden Boy. I want to rewatch Golden Boy. It's such a fun watch. Just like, don't watch it with grandma, you know?
Oh, I won't.
Yeah, there's a problem with that.
And now, for my wild card pick, this is something nobody suggested, but I remember writing it down a long time ago. Tonari no Seki-kun, Master of Killing Time. This is a short anime that was really fun to watch. Like, I watched it in a day. There isn't like a ton to talk about. There was a dub and there was also an English version of the theme song.
Huh.
And I think Rumiko Varn sang that. But this anime is so fun. And I know there was a sequel manga where she's all grown up, and it's heavily implied she marries Seki-kun. And they have a kid, and she's like messing about to stop the kid from, getting around and things. But yeah, this was a really fun anime. I watched it dubbed years later when the dub came out. But yeah, I just think this might be a good quick episode, because I need to do more of those, because god damn it, I did 2 long episodes back to back. Not that that's affecting the Parappa video. Oh my god, how is it at 70k views? I'm just my mind is blown. I was mentioning to people, like, when I announced Parappa, there was like no interest. There was like a very lukewarm response from viewers, and I'm like, it'll probably get like 2,000 views and I'll be happy. And now it is by far the most viewed video on the channel. In fact, it is more viewed than the second
Parappa, I guess.
Yeah, than the next 2 highest viewed videos combined. I'm just still blown away. I want to love you for civilians watch Rugrats or SpongeBob because they're not uplifting. Oof. And it's here. I want to announce there will be a new Patreon feature soon. Stay tuned. It'll apply to all tiers. We'll talk about it soon once Kinnikuman is out. But anyways, that's the end of my spiel. I can't stress this enough. Thank you all for watching, continuing to watch, even though I haven't uploaded a new episode in 6 months, because it takes time to work on a 3-hour video. Yeah, Kinniku soon, very soon. I can't say when, because I don't know when. It'll just be soon. So thank you all for continuing to come to these streams. So who's writing in the, yeah, I got the link to all the stuff. The Project Bill is Bill Nye. Has it been 6 months? Yeah, and the thing is, I didn't work on this video for a month because I was working on a different video. I was working on Project Bill, and then I'm like, probably not the best thing to do to follow up Parappa. So I'm like, I feel it in my soul, should probably shelve that and do Kinnikuman. And I think I made the right call. And I think I'm happy it took this long because more info has come to light thanks to people on the 4Kids flashback server. Like voice actors that were miscredited or were in like a handful of episodes. Like, fun fact, David Moo voiced Buffalo Man for 3 episodes. It was for the first arc, and then it switched to Dan Green. And like, you hear David Moo as Buffalo Man, and like, it's a really good voice. It's just, I couldn't imagine doing that for long periods of time. Whereas Dan Green sounds way more sustainable.
Yeah, revenge sounds good. It's time for
Hold on the cards, Kaiba.
Bolshevik. I have so much to say about the Ultimate Muscle dub, like so much so I couldn't fit it all into the video. I wish I could show every moment where I laughed out loud at the dub dialogue, but I just can't. I showed highlights. I talk about highlights, but I really recommend watching the dub. It is not a true to the source dub at all, but like, you can tell they had a freaking blast.
Would you pipe down? I'm studying some figures in here.
I should probably. Is the Blu-ray still on?
What was the line here? I'm looking it up.
Oh, it's on back order.
There was a line by Mac that, like, when I introduced those two in the video, I had to play it because, like, they're the best part of the dub, and it's not even close. Mac and Doc are the best written characters in the show because they always have something to say, and there's all sorts of dub lore about them. Like, they just kind of did what the dub does best in every regard.
Be silly?
Yeah, just it was a funny. Just everything they do is funny. They have tons of puns. They play off each other really well, even in the Japanese version. There was one where they were talking about, you know, a handshake and how there's like proper way to do a handshake. And Max says, "Wait, Doc, I'm getting an urgent message from our producer. He says we shouldn't be holding hands on network TV." I had to pause. I was laughing so hard.
Well, he's not wrong, I guess.
You probably can't get away with making that joke today.
Nope.
Yeah, probably not, but it was really funny. Just a really funny tongue-in-cheek joke. Yeah. Mazinger DVD and the Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest Steelbook. Nice. I don't have the money to just throw at Blu-rays as much as I wish I did. But because like one of the expenses I had to pay for, I get allergy shots. I got allergy tested in late 2023, and they gave me the results, and they're like, "You are allergic to every tree and grass in Ohio except for 2." which explains why I had really bad allergy symptoms. And I started taking shots last year for the serum, and like the improvement was so good. I feel so much better. But now I have to pay for more serum. I might have to get retested. It's a mess, but did you know KFC spot? Yes. I talked to my friend in Japan, about it. He asked me one time. He's like, "Do people eat KFC at Christmas in America?" And I had to explain to him that's kind of a trashy thing to eat for Christmas in America. Like in Japan, it's tradition. That's one thing, but here it's just seen as kind of trashy.
I remember having it on Christmas Eve one time.
Close enough.
But yeah, like people like have to pre-order that shit in Japan, and I think that's really neat. I think that's really neat.
I've never done it.
I went to South America recently, and it's so bizarre to see KFC there. I guess that's fair. I guess that's a fair observation. It's just something you wouldn't affiliate with South America. Decided to get KFC and eat it in front of the TV while watching Muppet Christmas Carol in Japanese. Nice.
I mean, that sounds like a whole vibe.
Yeah. Whenever my friends go to KFC, if they go, I don't get the chicken. Like, I'll eat the chicken and feel like I want to throw up. It's not that it's bad. It's just, it does something to me. I don't know what it is. So what I'll do is I will get the mac and cheese and the mashed potatoes. That's the best thing on the menu. Both those things. I actually figured out how to make mashed potatoes like KFC does it. I have to look up the recipe, but I have done it, and I'm like, oh god, this is so good.
Man, I'm at the computer. I'll do it.
You wanna know what else is good? That what is it called? Sweet Lightning, the Mountain Dew they have. That stuff that was really good.
Sweet lightning. Oh my god.
The bus took a while, and I decided not to wait until my food got cold. That's fair.
What was it called? Lightning something?
Sweet Lightning.
Sweet Lightning. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Peach lemonade or something like that. I haven't had it in years.
Sweet
I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I for those who don't know, I collect limited edition Mountain Dews. I have shelving in my kitchen dedicated to bottles of Mountain Dew that were out for a limited time. The oldest one I have, I don't know why I kept it. I have a can of Mountain Dew that was released after one of the Call of Duty games came out. And I don't know why I kept it. I just did. Colonel Sanders Puppet talks about how Kentucky Fried Chicken is made nice. But like, I just picked up they re-released the Summer Freeze Pop flavor. So I picked that up. I picked up the 7-Eleven one. Picked up the Casey's one. Yeah, I have a ton of them in my kitchen just stacked up, and it's always fun when people come over and they notice it on the wall. KFC and Popeye's chicken, nice. I want to like KFC, but I'm like, no, it like, I'll eat KFC and want to throw up. Like I said, it's not that it's bad. It is fine. It is fine for, fast food fried chicken. It is just, I don't know what it does to me, but it does something to me. Popeyes I've had a couple times and felt fine afterwards. I think the funniest story I have is Popeyes. Sometime during the pandemic, I went with a friend to Popeyes in Columbus to go through the drive-thru and just get some food. Whoever last ordered food either didn't pay for it or didn't pick it up. So all of a sudden, we're getting handed bags and bags and bags of food. And we had a feast. There was so much food. And we didn't have to pay for it. And that's happened before with that exact friend. We went to Taco Bell during Doki Dokkan out in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And we went, I don't know, we had a hankering for Taco Bell Friday and Saturday of the con, and I don't know, that Taco Bell in particular was very popular because it took us an hour to wait in line at the drive-thru. But I think like the second time around we went, they had some food from somebody else who didn't pay. So we got handed like a Baja Blast and some tacos, and we're like, hell yeah, it was worth waiting in line. So that's my Popeyes story. Popeyes is fine. My favorite fast food fried chicken though, oh my god, Bojangles. Ohio recently got Bojangles a couple of years ago. It's a little far from me, but like I made the trip down to Hilliard to have it, and oh my god, it was worth it. It was very good. I had it again with a coworker last year, I want to say. I got the grilled chicken. I try to be, you know, like I try to be conscious about what I eat. A delicacy of the Philippines is an egg with the chicken. Okay, not my thing, but oh yeah, Jollibee.
Jollibees.
I have not gone to Jollibee yet. I want to. I really want to. I also want to go to Buc-ee's. There's a Buc-ee's somewhere in Ohio.
Cincinnati. I think. Hold on.
You want to know what? That kind of shakes out. I was just talking about I want to go to Jungle Gyms again. I went to Jungle Gyms in 2015 when I was visiting one of my longest time god friends, Magitech Omega. And he took me to Jungle Gyms, and man, that place is magical. You could get lost in there. We went to Jungle Gyms, and we were there for like 2 hours. There was like jelly bean dispensers. There was an animatronic of some kind. I don't know if it's still there. All kinds of, like I've said this before, I don't drink, but I thought it was really cool. They had all the different international alcohols. God, there was so much to see. Yeah, it's just a thing down in Cincinnati.
Matthew, speaking of you brought up the Philippines. On the Philippines, like a few days ago, or at least about a week or so ago, I found out that Macross got another dub, another non-Robotech dub that wasn't made by ADV Films. It was actually made in the Philippines. I posted about it in the server, but the day I posted about it was also the day we found out about Mike's current situation.
Yeah.
Let me go fetch that.
It's in the voice acting channel.
Yeah.
August 18th.
What's Macross? It was remixed into...
It was one of the shows that was made into Robotech.
Yeah, Robotech. It is. That's the thing I bring up in...
two franchises, actually. One was, of course, the Macross franchise. The other is the Super Dimension Trilogy. Here is what's known as the Super Dimension Trilogy. You got Super Dimension Fortress Macross, or Macross, as ADV likes to pronounce it for some reason.
Robotech the movie.
Oh, that one?
I get to talk about Robotech a little bit in the Kinnikuman video, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. It is seriously just like a one-off thing, but yeah, the horrible Filipino English dub of Stand By Me, Doraemon. I can't stay here anymore.
What was her one line? The end of...
Yes. And it reminded me of that scene in Kung Pao. The I don't know line where the guy's talking and also he says, I don't know.
Anyway,
God, I want to talk. You know what? I want to talk about that movie at some point, Kung Pao.
Oh, sorry.
Because that was technically a dub. It was heavily remixed, and there was an actual dub of that movie a few years before it. But it'd be pretty fun to talk about. Oh, Kung Pao. We used to quote that all the time in middle school back when it came out. I only watched Robotech because of Tony Oliver. Yeah, I actually, in my time hop today, I met Tony Oliver again on this day a year ago. Kung Pao would be so fun. If I got to talk to Bob, I would have so much fun revisiting that movie. But how long Oliver started? Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was his first anime show gig. But
We all start somewhere, and honestly, not a bad place to start, all things considered. He could have started in an 18-plus thing. not unheard of, not unheard of.
Rob Paulson in the movie Body Double.
I also found out VA who voiced Annie LaBelle in Robotech, also VA voiced Melfina in Outlaw Star. Nice! Yeah, God, I kind of want to rewatch Outlaw Star. The intro is so good. I'd play it on stream if it wouldn't get me in trouble. The intro is so iconic. Through the Night. Like, you hear that song and you don't forget it. Same with both the credits themes very much stand out in my memory of watching it on Toonami, because they would air like an edited version on Toonami on weekday afternoons. Like, my brother and I would watch Toonami. We'd watch, Dragon Ball and
I bet that one's
Hamtaro.
missing as
I
well.
watched Hamtaro. I thought Hamtaro was cute. What else did we watch?
Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho. That was another one.
Yeah, that was also edited.
Yeah, that was edited, but they did air the uncut version.
Eventually.
Right. So.
All right, but yeah, speaking
I think it was wasn't it the other way around, that they aired the uncut one first and then edited, or am I mistaken?
No, first, and now we don't have much of the edited versions of Outlaw Star and Hakusho anymore.
I'm surprised by that, because that's the kind of thing people would tape. Like, kids would set up the VCR or DVR to tape it, or record it or whatever, and they would just save it and be like, "Oh yeah, I have this on VHS."
I doubt that there's any online on the interwebs if you know where to look, but don't quote me on that.
Right.
But, yeah,
I would. Yeah, because they're just a relic of another time, and I think that's kind of cool. So yeah, I agree. I like media preservation, even if it's a edited version of it. Yeah, exactly. I think Yu Yu Hakusho would be really fun to cover. I know who I'm asking for help if I need it. Magitech Omega freaking loves Yu Yu Hakusho. It's one of his favorite anime of all time.
I'm still trying to get the show on Blu-ray, but not for that price. No way.
We used to have a VHS recording of a PBS pledge drive, and lit a special called Sesame Street Visits the Firehouse, virtually straight to video. Okay.
Someone say PBS.
Gosh, I was just reminiscing on, because I have a coworker who's about 30 years older than I am, we were talking about VCRs and stuff, and I said, I have a VCR. I need to get it cleaned, but I have one, because I was watching that tape I bought for $1 at Ohio Thrift, and it had those commercials on it, which, by the way, second channel, if you want to check out those commercials, they're from 1987 or 1986, December 1986, and they were just sitting on a tape for decades and decades at a Ohio Thrift. Or it landed at an Ohio Thrift, and I'm just like, I was testing out my VCR with a friend, and we were just like, yeah, let's watch these stupid cartoons that are probably public domain. And all of a sudden, it cuts to an Ice Capades commercial, and we both did a double take. We're like, wait, what's this? Oh my gosh. That was so funny.
Starring Jason Bateman.
Also included an old Canadian cartoon called The Cat Came Back, which in Canada played in theaters with Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Nice.
All right, now back to Robotech. I've been watching that recently. I started with Robotech because there were installments of that than there are of the shows it's based on. And Macross, which basically started Robotech, came first. It was the first installment of the Super Dimension trilogy, and as soon as I finished, so my current plan on watching it is I'm gonna watch the Robotech versions of the shows they did. Then after that, Oh yeah, including the Robotech movie, plus the Sentinels and the Shadow Chronicles. And after that, I start on the uncut versions. Start with the ADV film stub of Macross, then watch later subsequent Macross material like Macross Plus. Do You Remember Love, which infamously got which had a dub from Hong Kong that starred Simon Broad, who how you interviewed him.
Yeah, and I know him best as Tomozo from Maruko-chan. Tomozo is my favorite character in Maruko-chan.
Right, and then then after the first Macross show, Super Dimension Fortress Macross, there's another Macross show called Macross 7. Then I'll watch that and its subsequent material. Plus, then there's, I think that Macross Frontier. That's what it was. Then I'll watch. Then my plan is to watch the Macross, the second installment of the Super Dimension trilogy, Super Dimension Century Orgus, the only Super Dimension show that never got adapted for Robotech.
That's a lot of across.
Bryan Cranston, yeah.
Yes, he was.
Bryan
Him and
Cranston
Richard
is not in
Epcar.
Macross 7.
Do You Remember Love? I think it was in the 90s.
No. It was Macross Plus, I think.
I knew he was in one of the
I thought
things.
it was the same thing.
I was telling my mom about that last time I saw her, because we were watching Malcolm in the Middle, and I mentioned that Bryan Cranston was in anime dubs, as well as well, was he in Power Rangers? I know he was in the infamous 2017 one, but
Yeah, let me check.
yeah, I want to say he was in Mighty Morphin, or one of the
I
early
think he
ones.
was.
Yeah, the infamous 2017 one. Oh my God, that reminds me. I saw a play last weekend. It was just a free to watch play in Columbus, and it was called She Kills Monsters, and it was a D&D themed play. And at one point, it takes place circa 1995, and at one point, one of the characters, who is, just for context, black. It's important, I promise.
Okay.
And there's another person who's a friend of his who's black, but he's just like, the friend says, "Don't touch the TV. I'm recording Power Rangers." And the other friend's like, "I could never get into Power Rangers. They always cast a black guy as the Black Ranger." And the main character says, wasn't that black guy the Blue Ranger one time?" And then the other guy says, "That one doesn't count." And I burst out laughing because I got the joke, and I felt like I was one of 3 people that got the joke. Like, does it break continuity? Absolutely. Was it funny? Yes, it was funny as hell. It was good.
I remember what being redubbed with Tony Oliver reprising Rick / Heat Cutter. It could happen, assuming the legal issues surrounding that movie get resolved. Well, it could even be like a recap of the original actor from the ADV dub, because that person is a certain voice actor the HAL community does not like to talk about.
It only casts the black guy as the Black Ranger twice only, but remember the play takes place circa 1995, and like it was like a couple years had passed since. I think I don't fully remember the timeline, but like the thing is, like, the older sister, depending on the version of the play, we saw the kid-friendly version, which cuts down on the inappropriate content and language, and also like de-ages the main character. Like, she's a teacher in the normal play, and in the, I think it's called like the Young Adventurers version, she is a senior in high school. And where the hell was I going with this? Yeah, everything was circa 1995, thereabouts. Like, they talk about the gap and the internet and how new it is and things like that. But yeah, by that point, it was gonna be basically nothing but, not. Remember the part where the grandma sings about not caring what kind of cake she gets, and the backup singers for puppet birds? Nice. The ending where the cake fell. Nice.
TV4.
I remember going to school plays. I was in a school play.
Okay.
Let me tell you the end of my acting career. So I was cast in a performance of Annie at school. And I was Drake the butler. So we would go after school, practice. I swear to God, the night before the first day, I got insanely sick. Like, throwing up violently sick. I couldn't make it. All that work for nothing. So my brother had to fill in for me and learn all of this shit in a night. I think he messed up once. I didn't get to see it. I think he messed up once, but they like played it off really funny, is from what the recollection was from the people who did see it. But yeah, I was so heartbroken, you guys. I never auditioned for a school play again. That was the start and end of my acting career. Good times. Yeah. Hey Pedro, how's it going? So just as a reminder, I have a hard stop at 6. And 6 p.m. Eastern, I should say. So we have a little less than an hour left. But God, middle school was a time. Middle school was, yeah. I don't miss middle school. I always say this, the parts I miss about school are not being in school. Like, everything outside of sitting in a classroom, doing homework, taking notes, blah, blah, blah. Everything else was fun, you know? I was... I didn't have a ton of friends, but the ones I did have were fun. And I was in online communities back when they were kind of like budding. Yeah, I heard about Takayahashi passing. Oh man, because he was Inu Arashi, or Dogstorm, in One Piece. How did we go this long without bringing up One Piece? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Takayahashi was also the second voice of James Black in Detective Conan.
Yeah, I think that's the longest time we've done one of these streams and One Piece didn't come up.
I didn't really think about it.
Yeah, same. Because I'm just like trying to focus on boom, 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 getting through everything. One Piece comes up several times in the Kinnikuman video. Partially because of 4Kids, partially because of Panda Man. America that serves American food, Italian food. Americanizing foreign foods. It's a cute idea. I am looking forward to the chapter tomorrow. Ashley Yume is coming over, and we're gonna read the manga chapter together. I'm holding off on reading it until she's here, but if you know, you know. It's funny. There's someone out of town at work who's like a higher up, and he'll come into town sometimes to meet with his team from the Columbus branch. He saw at my desk at one point I had an autograph from David Vincent of Duval, and he's like, "Oh, you're into One Piece," and he talked about, "Oh yeah, he really likes One Piece." And that's how we connected. So every time he sees me, he doesn't remember my name. He just remembers I like One Piece. Yep, I do know that fortune cookies were an American thing. I used to have friends in China I would talk to on QQ. And they would watch American shows and ask me about them, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and The Big Bang Theory. And they were asking me one time, like, what food are they eating in this scene, in The Big Bang Theory? And they were eating Chinese food. I thought that was amusing. I'm like, that's how far removed it is from China. Is they didn't know it was Chinese food. They were like, yeah, it looks good. I hope those friends are doing well. I haven't logged into QQ in a long time. I think my account got hacked a long time ago. But yeah, that was a long time ago.
All right, so I just posted my planned watch order of Macross. So basically that. I do want to watch the Megazone OVAs that were used for the Robotech movie too, but I don't know when I'm gonna do that.
I kind of miss having friends in China, but I also kind of don't, because the only reason I was able to talk to them because I used to be up till 2 a.m. back in college, and that's when they were on because it was afternoon there. And they're like, "Isn't it really late in America?" I'm like, "It sure is." Oh man. But I didn't have time to eat today, really. What did I eat? I ran to Sheetz at one point to get gas. I got like a couple of cheese sticks, like those peelable mozzarella sticks that had like salami wrapped around it, like sliced salami. I'm just like, I need to eat something, so I grabbed that, ate it, and just kind of like, YOLO, gonna wing it. So I don't know. I'll eat something when my friend is here, maybe, possibly. Maybe we'll go somewhere. Get Uber Eats. I don't know. We're gonna play it by ear. I think one series, the German store, because German chocolate cake. Ooh, yum. I could go for some German chocolate cake. His last name is German. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do recall hearing that.
I do. Yeah, same here.
You want to know what though?
Same thing with English muffins too. I think.
That sounds right. You want to know what though? I cooked with sauerkraut for the first time last month. It was very good. I got it from it was Schmidt's, which is a very famous local restaurant. And I gotta say, it turned out great. Like, it's pungent, but like, you get past the smell, it's pretty good. I made a knockoff Reuben bowl. I've never had a Reuben sandwich until literally yesterday. I met up with some friends and we went to a shop in Clintonville, which is like just north of Columbus. And I'm like, oh shit, they have Reubens. So I had a Reuben. It was all nice and warm. Got that corned beef and the Swiss and the marble rye. I had it and I'm like, this lives up to the hype. This was good. So can recommend cooking bratwurst more often. Yum.
Bratwurst.
Yeah.
Go for Schmerz quality bratwurst.
That reminds me, I saw a Doofenshmirtz cosplay at Otakon. It was really good. And they also had a Perry the Platypus cosplayer with them.
A platypus?
Perry
the Platypus?
I like that short Dan did of Perry with the dipper hat from Gravity Falls. And he got the guys from Gravity Falls, and you see him all of a sudden, Dipper the Platypus! Have you considered doing Fist of the North Star? I would love to cover Fist of the North Star. I think that would be really neat.
That would be a cool topic.
That would be really neat. Granted, I would need to be careful because of how violent it is.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot to it. I talk about Fist of the North Star a little bit in the Kinnikuman video. And it's part of the history of that series. They intertwine at one point. It's a little weird, but it's where they intertwine. And there's a lot we can talk about. We can talk about the reskinned Genesis game, which I do have on cartridge. We talk about the early efforts to dub it that we don't have. We have a screenshot of it, and that's it. And we have the script. We have like an early script that has a really crappy translation.
A Fist of the North Star?
Yeah.
There were other dubs of that. You know, there was like.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of dubs.
The first series, there was a dub of the movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of different dubs. And then we have the latest stuff with Discotech, with Sound Cadence, with Robbie Damon voicing Kenshiro. And I have to say, I think of the English voices of Ken, I think Robbie's my favorite. Like there's no living up to the Japanese voice. You just don't. But Robbie has a really good voice for him. I didn't recognize him. It's just not something he normally does. So, yeah, I was impressed. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh god, the new anime. It's not even out and I don't want to talk about it. It looks like ass. One of my birthday presents from a few years ago. Early draft of the Muppet movie? That's a hell of a birthday present, dude. You're considering dubbing the new anime. God bless them. I hope they get back Robbie. That's going to be like the saving grace of... I saw a tweet where it was like... that time my brother reincarnated into a racer, which I shoved up my ass. Most beautiful 2D animation you've ever seen. Iconic, beautiful manga that everyone knows. Dog shit CGI for some reason. And I'm like... Close enough. Welcome back, Berserk 2016 like Discourse.
Berserk 2016 dub.
Yeah, okay. Here's my take on the dub of Berserk 2016. One, it was done in a hurry. I've had that openly admitted to me. That Michael McConaughey doesn't even remember it. He barely remembers it. He remembers Keiji. Keiji doing a great job. But like it was done really, really fast. And if you like divorce it from the NYEV cast, they're not bad. Like obviously, you know, the original cast is fabulous, fantastic. We love them. But by its own merits, the cast isn't horrible. I don't like Shirky's voice all that much. It's okay. I think they could have cast someone better to be a character that young. But yeah, they're not bad. Farnese was fine. Puck was good. Sarah Williams did a great job as Puck.
I thought Farnese was pronounced Farnese.
Nope, it is Farnese or something very close to that. I thought it was Farnese when I was reading the manga. But if you look at the Japanese pronunciation, yeah, it's like Farnese. Yeah, and Keiji's fine as Guts. God, who else? Steve Staley was Griffith, and it was pretty good. Like, not living up to Kevin, but pretty good. It's just, yeah, just a damn shame they effed over the original cast. At least they got to come back for the redub, or for the memorial edition of the Golden Age movies. I just got done watching Berserk 97 with my anime group. That was the first time I watched the dub beginning to end. I watched it in Japanese originally, and I saw, you know, the dub here and there. But one, we really liked it. Two, nobody really saw the ending coming, except for people who like knew the twist. It was because of how we watched 3 episodes at a time, and the way it ends, we would have ended at episode 24 when the eclipse begins. And someone on the call who was really invested in Berserk, because a lot of it to that point is like kind of strategy and kind of really grounded stuff, none of the really mystical crap that comes up later. And we got to the end of episode 24 and we were getting ready to call it a night, and he's like, no, we are watching that last episode. So we watched episode 25 and we're so blown away. When it got to the you know what scene, someone hung up on the call because he got so uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't blame you, dude.
Yeah. Berserk's just graphic as fuck.
I warned people this got really freaking graphic.
Yeah.
And
are you guys gonna watch the movies too, or?
What I did was I gave clips for when the Skull Knight shows up. So because we finished up Berserk early because that person wanted to watch the last episode, I made a quote-unquote bonus episode where I showed the fight between the Skull Knight and Zod during the eclipse, and then the Skull Knight coming in to save Guts and Casca, and then the immediate aftermath, as well as Guts' declaration of war from the Memorial Edition. And it gives a better conclusion than the 97 anime did. But like, I convinced a lot of people to read the manga now. Like, I'm very happy. Ashley is going to read the Berserk manga. Because I was talking about
reading the Berserk manga and watching the anime too.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, for people who are jumping into Berserk, do not skip the Golden Age. There's a ton of shit that was skipped. Like, the 97 anime skips the whole section of the princess joining them in the quest to save Griffith, and then like she goes into the mythos of that dungeon, and there's a whole thing about it. And then there's a whole volume of the Golden Age arc that was basically skipped. It was the fight with the Bakiraka, the assassins, and then it was the movie just had Salat. That was it. And then the fight with Wild, which if you've read that, you can understand why that was skipped. It's a little too much for TV.
I bet.
Yeah, it's really gruesome, but especially considering how the fight ends. Oh boy, but yeah. I still really liked revisiting 97. It's very flawed, but I requested we watch 97 because of the vibes, man. You got that, you know, it's a, you know, just the 90s style. It's not digital, really. It's plus it was the rescan, the 4K, or not 4K, you know, 1080p Blu-ray version. Plus Susumu Hirasawa's soundtrack. I love his music so much. Every time Forces plays, it's so hype. And the movie soundtracks are fine. I like them. I like My Brother. It's a great song. But it does not have the vibes, man. The Guts' theme. Earth. The ballroom theme. There's just the creepy ass music he made for Berserk 97. Oh my god, Forces! It's just like there's so
Did he come
much.
back for the Golden Age movies or no? I can't remember.
He did a few songs. He did the opening theme and something else. I know for 2016 he also came back to do Hayo and Ash Crow at the very least, and those songs are fantastic. So I would recommend, if you're a fan of Berserk, watch 97 if you haven't. Watch the movies if you haven't. You can skip 2016. I know Ashley was asking me, it's like, but surely the story is written fine. I'm like, they skip an entire arc. 2 if you count Black Swordsman. Because they also skip Lost Children. Literally entirely. And
I mean, they also skipped the Golden Age because that was already done a couple of years ago.
Right, because it just picked up from where Golden Age left off, except they skipped the entire next arc. They skipped Lost Children, but I didn't realize this until I was rewatching 97. It's not confirmed, but Rosine from Lost Children shows up near the end of the Golden Age arc. It's when Rickert goes to the woods and like he sees like all the creepy monsters, and Rosine, or someone who very much looks like Rosine, is among them. And it's like, wow, she got put in the anime one time. It's better than nothing, but yeah, the Lost Children arc is super messed up. when you see why it is called the Lost Children arc, it's really disturbing. But
I'm scared now.
I love Berserk so much. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did when I started reading it. But I caught up last year. One of my close con friends is a diehard Berserk fan. I don't know a single Berserk fan that's a bigger fan than he is. And I last time I saw him at East last year. I told him I caught up on Berserk, and his face lit up like I told him he won $1 million. Amber Jones is this thing where you can participate in live streams and get shout outs. Oh, cool. Speaking of creepy music, Von Count singing about bones inside our body and the music
I'm
of the
probably
drum
gonna go watch Yu Yu Hakusho abridged.
With karate, I'll kick your ass. Here to Tiananmen Square. Oh yeah, mother effer! I'm gonna kick your effing there. Yeah.
You broke the rules.
Would you cover Yu Yu Hakusho abridged if you do a Yu Yu Hakusho video?
Maybe as a joke. Maybe as a joke.
April Fool's joke video.
Maybe at least a passing mention, because it is as funny as it is. Oh man, that I forgot that existed until just now. I remember how it didn't cover much, but it was funny.
Yeah, I think Lonnie also did Poltergeist Report, and they kept doing the Kuwahara joke because, haha, the first dub of the movie. I think Funimation redubbed it, but they didn't do the second movie because that's tied up in licensing issues.
Poltergeist Report is the second movie, the one that Funimation, Crunchyroll now has yet to dub.
Yeah, it's stuck in licensing hell or something. So, at least they redubbed the other ones, but Yu Yu Hakusho, I want to finish that manga. I have several volumes of it, but never did get around to finishing it. Because I like the extra stories in the beginning that were skipped in the anime. Because it shows Yusuke being a bastard with a heart of gold. And I really like that. But I get why the anime would skip them. They're not action-packed. They're very chill, comparatively. But man, I love Yusuke. He's such a great character.
Yeah, he's a great character.
Gosh.
How's the Animax dub of Yu Yu Hakusho?
Not bad.
Out there.
Eugene.
That's a different dub. That's the Filipino dub.
Oh.
No, they had the scripts from Funimation, but they had to tone them down, as well as they added more pop culture jokes. Because like when Botan was explaining Possession, Yusuke in the Funimation dub said, "Oh yeah, I've seen that kind of stuff, like the kind of thing you see in movies." And then in the Animax dub, he's like, "That one with Whoopi Goldberg, right?"
Well, at least it's more blatant.
And then there was another line, like it was during the Genkai tournament, and Yusuke says something to the effect of, "I haven't seen this many freaks since a nerd convention." And in the Animax dub, he says, "I haven't seen this many freaks." It was like this many freaks since that nerd convention. It's like in the Animax dub, he says, "I haven't seen this many freaks since that Star Trek convention."
Oh, that hurts.
So they kind of add more pop culture, but it's not bad at all. At least by those dub standards. But I know they dubbed it really quickly. They dubbed that in like a month. Because that's what Darren was telling me when I talked to him, is that and like Inuyasha and Urusei Yatsura,
I have a video for Inuyasha.
They would just sit there and just get this stuff out. they needed to put out product. They needed to go. So
go Power
I'm
Rangers.
still debating on whether or not I want to watch the Animax dub of Inuyasha or the North American one from Viz Media.
Yeah, I know there's more differences in the manga and anime with Yu Yu Hakusho because of, especially because of how it ends. Yeah, I will have to cover the Netflix Yu Yu Hakusho, yeah.
Yep.
I never watched it, but I'm open to watching it. You know.
Here's the video.
I know nothing will
Oh,
live
yeah,
up
I've
to
seen this video.
Netflix One Piece, which while I was at Otakon, the trailer for season 2 of Netflix One Piece dropped, and Ashley and I were in her hotel room going like, she was going frame by frame looking at the trailer.
You ready? It's the time of the dawn because Inuyasha's about to start.
Sit right back, you'll hear a
This
tale.
is fun. Inuyasha's starting.
I reached out to Darren about that, and I asked him, like, do you remember doing all these different intros? And he said, oh heck yeah, I remember that. That was fun because they just messed around. They were just like, yeah, let's do something fun each time.
Hey, it's Inuyasha. Eat your heart out, Fat Albert. Yeah, that was so.
Yeah, he said that was a lot of fun.
Get your helmets on, soldiers. It's time for Inuyasha.
I think people underestimate how in depth I will go with the topic. Like, if there's like, are you gonna cover such and such version that's in English? I'm like, hell yeah, I am.
Good evening, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
will
Please
dig
be
through.
seated. Inuyasha's on.
I will dig through the depths of the internet if I have to.
Pull up the decks and feed the parrots. It's time
I can help
for
you.
Inuyasha.
I can help you with that.
It's time for Inuyasha, everyone.
It's
I got time.
It's
Applause
fun.
and put up your paws.
I was talking with friends at dinner yesterday about, like, you look at old forum posts on like GameFAQs, and you think it was 20 years ago, and that person was probably a
Keep the channel
teenager.
right here and watch Inuyasha.
And then you're like, you have to realize that person's in their mid to late 30s now, and you're like, man, I hope they're doing well. I hope they beat the game.
They're ready to
from-
rock and roll, Chetties. It's time for Inuyasha.
From this GameFAQs thread,
Check
you
it
know?
out. It's Inuyasha. Sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful quest that started from a tropic port. Shut up, we're not on an island.
Yeah, Inuyasha might be fun. I want to do Ranma first, though, before Inuyasha. Abi, I know we talked about, what if we had Abi on for it, but Abi is not that familiar with Ranma, not nearly as much as Urusei Yatsura, where there was that existing knowledge. So it would be funny, it'd be a fun callback, but probably not happening. But, Ranma would be fun eventually.
What if you did a collab with Rebel Taxi? I don't know if I already
I
said
don't know
that.
if Rebel Taxi knows I exist. Maybe after the Ultimate Muscle video, because that was the thing with Abi is Abi, we knew of each other's existence. We talked before, me and Abi. And guys, the Urusei Yatsura collab was just, I joined an in-progress voice call on their server, and Abi just pitched that idea just kind of as a lighthearted thing, and I'm like, I'm down. And we started talking about it. Like, it was just a random thing he brought up. Same voice actor connection, both in Japanese and English.
Yeah. Plus, same mangaka.
Yep. So yeah, we're going lot of Rumiko Takahashi. We love Rumiko Takahashi. Yeah, there's a lot of episodes I want to get to, and it's just a matter of having the time. I wish I did this full time. I don't. A lot of people seem to think I do. I'm like, I have like 3,000, a little over 3,000 subs. Like, no, I work in accounting. That's my day job, or finance. You know what I mean? I work in finance. It's unbelievably boring, and it takes up a lot of time, especially when next month is end of fiscal year, and it's going to be extremely stressful. That's part of why I want to get Kinnikuman done as fast as I possibly can. Because once month end comes around in September, it's like I will have to work overtime to catch up on stuff. It's annoying, but I don't like to talk about work. I hate my job. Oh yeah, Rumiko's. Yeah, Mao, I heard about that. Yeah. So 30-minute warning, just a heads up. We're gonna have to wrap up here in the next half hour. But this has been really lively. But I'm also I'm in kind of a good mood. just a lot has been going on this month. It's been exciting. Yeah. Like, one of the things I'm paying for soon, part of the reason I'm skipping CGC, is I went to the chiropractor for the first time. And they took my x-rays and all that. And, you know, I have tech neck and kind of a messed up spine. He's just like, yeah, you should have started on this yesterday. He says, like, it's not too late, but if I get this done, I will feel a million times better. I've done 2 sessions so far. I do feel the difference. It is slight, but I do feel it. Yeah. So, and I saw how much it costs, and I'm like, I just about fainted. But they said if I hit my deductible for the year, that number goes down. And I'm like, let's hold off. So, because I want to prioritize a healthy back, a healthy spine, you know, over going to CGC. Because, I don't know, in recent years, I've been trying to take my health more seriously. Like, you know, I work out at least twice a week. I walk a ton at work. Yeah, I recommend seeing a chiropractor if you can make it happen. I see an optometrist once a year. I see my dentist twice a year. I floss my teeth religiously. So the dentist is always happy about that. I see my doctor once a year. Yeah. So take your health seriously. That's if you're gonna take away nothing else from this stream, take care of yourselves. If something's up with your body, get it checked. Get regular appointments at all your doctors if you can afford it. If you're in America, I apologize if you're in America because that crap is expensive if you don't have insurance. Yeah, it's expensive even if you have insurance, depending on what it is, but yeah. But anyways, there's a lot of stuff I want to get to. The other thing is, like, part of the reason I'm kind of glad I don't do this full time, self-employment healthcare sucks. And I'm not married. I can't mooch off a wife, you know, for healthcare coverage. I don't. I'm not at that point in my life, much as my mother wishes I was. My mom will say, you know, she wants grandkids, and I'm like, ask my brother.
Really bad.
I'm seeing my mom again soon. But I have to see, like, when I can go see her or when she's gonna be free. But yeah. I text my parents every day. I at least do that. I'll call once a month. But that's beyond the point. Sorry, I just looked at a message on a server. We were talking about Miiverse. Because we were talking about, I brought 2 3DS consoles to Otakon, which have all puzzle pieces unlocked. And someone was saying, man, I kind of miss Miiverse. I wish Nintendo would do something similar. And I said, Miiverse was so unhinged. I don't blame Nintendo for dropping it. Because I
remember when that happened.
Oh my God.
I never really visited. Yeah, I was never really on Miiverse, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that was so long ago.
That was so long ago, but I would see the highlights on social media, and like the more lighthearted one, my one of my favorites is the guy that would buy a game and review the water in it and say, this game is pretty good water, pretty okay water in this game, and it was just a screenshot of like just water in whatever game he bought.
It sounds like why does that sound like Scott the Woz thing?
That does sound like a Scott the Woz bit. And then you had the more malicious things. For those who remember when Smash for Wii U got the Miiverse stage, and the way the algorithm worked. Oh boy. So when it first launched, the algorithm would pull the last 10 posts, and you know how it is with people on the back end. They'll think, oh, it's just going to be a bunch of kids and people want to cheer for Link or Mario or Ness. No, what do I see in the background? What do I see in the background playing on the Miiverse stage as Link?
A bunch of
the N-word. No. Hard R. Someone just wrote the N-word. There it is in the background. Oh my god. And then you'd see there was one when Lucas was added that spoiled the entirety of Mother 3's ending. And that was after the algorithm change, when instead it was the top 10 posts of the day, so you don't have someone dropping a slur in Link's forum.
Hey, no cursing in the ring. I saw that episode. The Diabolic was had a bunch of symbols on the screen, like parentheses, asterisk, the @ symbol, etc. Those are used to censor swear words.
Yeah, because wasn't that scene originally just a bunch of 4s? Because 4 is death. I want to say that was the case, but it was funny what they did with it in the dub. He spoke Cubertese.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Just speaking Cubertese on his screen, and then Terry Canyon goes, "Hey, no cursing in the ring." Hey, no cursing in the ring.
That's I will say it again. Ultimate Muscle's my favorite 4Kids stuff.
Yeah, that pub is so fucking funny.
If you guys haven't seen Ultimate Muscle, watch it. It's worth watching. Like, yeah, it's not true to the Japanese version, but like on its own, it's really fun. It's really fun. And hey, it got the show popular in America. I couldn't even do that in Japan. Like, the original show bombed 3 times because they aired the 4Kids commissioned episodes as 2 separate seasons. And both times it did horribly. I go over it in the video, but it was like doomed to fail in Japan. I
remember reading that one of the reasons for Kinnikuman Nisei's lack of popularity was them having someone else play Kinnikuman other than Akira Kamiya.
Yeah. That was a complaint, because in the PS2 game, they brought back that voice actor to play Kinnikuman instead of bringing Akira Kamiya like in the GameCube game. Hey, it's Blue Baron. Hello. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. I just meant like I thought it was someone new. I love saying Blue Baron.
Ultimate Muscle.
Because yeah, Akira Kamiya voices Kinnikuman in the GameCube game, but not in the PS2 game. And I remember seeing that fans complained about that. Yeah, Toshio Furukawa. I couldn't think of the name off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm not surprised because they recast practically everyone for Nisei.
Ferryman's voice actor came back, Hideyuki Tanaka.
Yeah, like some people kept their voices, but a lot of them were just recast, even in the PS2 game. And then again in the latest anime, but at least that makes sense to some degree because how long it's been. And at least Akira Kamiya got to come back to voice other characters, but yeah. Man, and now they're doing a season 3, and I slipped that into the script because English files curse. Not that it makes too much of a difference. I've been waiting for a dub to be announced so I can delay the video to December. I don't want to delay this video anymore. I'm waiting for there to be suddenly a dub, like the day before I publish the video, and I'm going to run into my bathroom and scream. Perfect origin voice of Suguru I thought was good. Yeah, you know, it's not bad.
Mamoru Miyano.
Yeah, I love him. You know, he's great voice actor, but man, Akira Kamiya was so good. I've seen a few episodes of the original Kinnikuman for just getting clips for the video, because I bring up the original anime and like, God, he's so good. I love him in everything. He is such a good voice. But yeah, it's oh my gosh. I really hope you guys like the video. There's a ton of animations in it. Like, After Effects is gonna go hard in this video, because like older videos, I would just, you know, put together the anime clips and use short amounts so they don't get copyright struck. But now I'm just like, let's have some fun. Let's take some art assets and play with them and see what I can do, because After Effects is really fun. And also I have access to a wealth of stock images, so there's that too. Yeah, there's so much I want to do with videos, and it's just money.
Money is all you need. Money is all you need.
Yeah, it's exactly it. Like if I hit $1 million, if I suddenly had a few $1 million and didn't have to work anymore, I'd just make YouTube videos and just put the money I made on the channel back into the channel, and just, which is what I already do. But yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, people are still freaking watching this. 70k views, good lord. I'm not complaining, I'm grateful as hell. But wow, it was interesting when I did my Danganronpa panel and I mentioned that I had a 2-hour Parappa video earlier in the year. Someone came up after the panel and he said, you mentioned a 2-hour Parappa video? I think I watched that. And I'm like, well, damn, that's just the reach of this. God.
Just imagine Dread Fox getting his own biopic. And he goes, I gotta believe the Dread Fox story. The tagline being, he stole the money and he's not giving it back.
Here comes the money.
I really hope he does, though.
I think 360 Chrism used that song for like one of his alerts, like when he got a donation. I want to say it was Chris. I could be wrong. Like, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. I don't think anyone else watches Chris. I've been watching Chris for a long time. If you don't watch Chris, watch him. He's very entertaining. He's a German streamer who does a lot of Pokemon content, but like for the last several years, he does what's the game? Clubhouse games on the Switch, where it's like a ton of games in one, and they're all like either public domain games or knockoffs, legally distinct versions of like Uno and Sorry. But there's also like checkers and things like that, and he speed runs the game, and I don't know why, it's really fun to watch because you're cheering for the RNG. Oh yeah, Mahjong, that's another one. You're cheering for the RNG to go in his favor to get a world record. It's just, I don't know, just something really fun about watching it. But anyways, that's my aside about Chris. Yeah, I'm glad Parappa's still doing well. It's doing better than any other video on my channel. Like, still. Like, usually a video, it'll do well for a while and then just kind of drop off in views, and Doraemon does well, and Shin-chan does well. No. Parappa week to week still outperforms everything. So, yay. And I'm glad, I'm glad people still comment what their favorite song is. Like, I request that in the opening section. And like, I think one person has said the Hell Stage from Lammy, was their favorite song, because that's like probably the least popular Parappa song. And I think the most popular is the driving stage. And I'm like, that's fair. That is completely fair and valid. That's a fantastic song. So 15-minute warning, we'll start wrapping up. So anyways, just to recap all the jargon from the beginning. Kinnikuman's coming. I promise I'm not sleeping through it. I am actively working on it every single week. It just takes a long time because it's 3 hours long. I can't wait either, because this was literally all summer I've worked on this project. I started work on it in technically I started work on it in January with the intention of releasing it, well, around here. Just I intended on starting it full force later, but this has been an all year thing, and like, I love Kinnikuman. I think it's really cool. I want to move on to something else, you know? But I really hope people will give Ultimate Muscle a shot, the original anime, if you're willing to put up with the offensive content, a shot. I have to inevitably...
Heart goes out to you.
Yeah. I have to inevitably talk about the controversial content, because it's part of the reason it's never been released.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like something you could just skip. It's not like, oh, this shows up one time and we could just cut out that scene. It's all good. No. Oy vey. It's... I don't blame Western licensors for not touching this, because it's practically radioactive. It doesn't matter what you do with it, you're gonna cause controversy. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. So I have to put demonetization symbols / smiley faces over certain World War II imagery. Probably demonetization symbols. I don't want to make light of that group, but I do want to prevent my video from getting demonetized. There's a lot of stuff in that show I can't show. Like, even the manga, I show the shot of Ramen Man defeating Brocken Man.
I actually watched the anime version of that recently.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
Yeah, the anime version of the fight, they changed it to Ramen Man turning Brocken Man into ramen.
Which, if you think about it, is even more messed up.
Yeah, you can...
Like, yeah, you can show that on TV. It looks goofy compared to the manga version, which is... As God is my witness, he is broken in half! I had to put a demonetization symbol over the bloodshed of that scene in the manga, because god damn, this was for kids. Kids were reading this and they were really into it, and like, I don't blame them.
Freaking night.
Like, you read Kinnikuman, you could see the appeal. Like, you could see like Japanese kids in the 70s and 80s being into it. It's fun. It's the character designs can be offensive, yeah, but they're quite varied and quite goofy and quite cool at times. Like Warsman, he's like Darth Vader, but a wrestler. And yeah, I have a lot of... I'm not excusing and saying it's okay that there were offensive cultural depictions. I'm just saying it was of the time. It was of an era. It was
a product of its time.
Exactly. Doesn't excuse it, but it, I guess, explains it. Plus, I mean, I talked about this with the org. It's just like, Japan is a sheltered culture. So their exposure to those individuals is through media imported. And, you know, we were no saints here in America. We had super offensive depictions of certain cultures, so at least the more recent Chojin, as far as I'm aware, have not been nearly as offensive, but correct me if I'm wrong. Just from the ones I've seen, they don't seem that offensive. But I'm hoping Kinnikuman gets a semblance of a bigger fan base. Ventriloquist visited the church, and after the party, I got to try a ventriloquist dummy. Oh, that's cool. It's just, God, it's so hard to recommend it to people when there's the material it is, you know. Just, Japan loves that stuff. Japan loves Kinnikuman, but yeah, here it's a little bit of a harder sell. At least we got, what's it? Tiger the Dark. What's that one? Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask. The wrestling manga that came before Kinnikuman. We at least got the newer one, as from my recollection. We got that newer anime of Tiger Mask, but I don't know, maybe we can talk about Tiger Mask at some point. That might be fun. But like, I know Tiger Mask because of a single meme. It was like, when you're the one person in the group chat that doesn't use your real name, and it's like Bob, George, and Tiger the Dark. How is Mike doing? I assume you mean McFarland. It's not so good. They have to raise money. I hope he gets better, though. I hope he gets better, because I don't want to jinx it, but the survival rate of this kind of cancer is very, very, very low. So I've made peace with it. If we do get the news, it's not going to be the first time. If you think about it, happened with Rachel, happened with Billy. The cancer just got
rest in peace.
Rest in peace to both of them. Gone way too soon, especially Billy. God, because he's about my age. So I was talking to Mick Wingert about that, about Osamatsu, and how he loved Osamatsu, and we miss Billy. And I'm like, yeah, it's sobering, because it's just like, God, he was young. Why is the cancer increasing? I'm no doctor, so couldn't tell you.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, especially because lifestyle differences, body differences, genetics. There's a lot of things that play into cancer, and I'm not a doctor. Yeah, James Carter Cathcart, that was recent. He was yeah, that was something that was writing on the wall as well, because he retired a few years ago, and he was doing fine, it seemed, for a while, and then because he was like 70. It doesn't make it any less sad. It is sad that he is gone. And I do have a little tribute to him in the video, because he passed away while making this video.
And we recently lost Bill Flynn too.
Yeah, Bill. God, because I mentioned I'm watching One Piece. I'm watching One Piece with a group, with me, Ashley, and someone who's never seen it, and we were talking about him because he voiced Tonjit, the old man on stilts from Long Ring Longland, and that was Bill. Bill was a few characters. He was also Genzo in Arlong Park. I don't know. The man had such a lovely voice. Leukemia and survival. Good. We love hearing cancer survivor stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing when it happens.
And my father is still kicking.
Good. Yeah, we love hearing survivor stories. Markiplier is another one. Because if you've seen his Draw My Life, it's really sad. Because at one point he had cancer and wasn't expected to live. And thankfully, obviously he survived, but he said, I'm going to dedicate my life to doing what I love. because he was tired of just being angry about, having cancer and his dad dying and so on and so forth. Rob Paulson, true. I wish everyone on this call good health.
Yeah.
I take care of yourselves to the best of your ability. Obviously, there's crap that comes up that blindsides you, but do your due diligence is what I say. It's like when I go to the dentist, I say I do my due diligence, and they say, yeah, we can tell you're cleaning your teeth. You just don't have dental grade equipment that can clean your teeth better once a year.
All the broccoli are my friends.
Yeah, remember to
ATV4 good.
Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, use mouthwash. Keep your gums healthy. But anyways, that's going to do it for the stream. I have to get rolling with Dylan's rolling Western. No, I've never played that game.
Rolling.
Yeah, true. Rolling. I didn't get to put in as many wrestling references as I would have liked in the Kinnikuman video because they felt really forced. So I'm like, I'll just forego that idea. I still slipped in some. I'm still using Pomp and Circumstance as background music at one point. Rest in peace, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Speaking of tragic deaths, god damn. Makes me want to snap into a Slim Jim, and I don't even like Slim Jims. But anyways, thank you all for coming by. This was a lot of fun. See you on Nick Jr.
So hello and thank you, goodbye.
Till we meet again. Take care.
It could be.